Hello, Miss Kruska. My name is Jackson Sales. I want you to think of a time when you had thought about giving up, whether it was a hard task or maybe just simply laziness. Did it feel good to just give up? If it did, it certainly didn't outweigh the feeling of completing the task or finishing what you started. The NewYorker.com states that giving up has a short term feeling of happiness or relief. However, in the long term, you can have feelings of regret or even deep sadness. Whether it's been as simple as your homework or your biggest dream in life, we've all had the urge to toss it to the side and give up. One thing to know about me is I love basketball. Plus, I'm also an active basketball player at Union Pines High School. I didn't always love basketball, though, and I wasn't always considered good either. For a long time growing up, I lacked basic basketball knowledge and the overall mechanics of the game. I wasn't a very confident player, and I let other people steer me away from my own game. Now, giving up, in other words, is backing down from a challenge. And the reason we have the thought of giving up is that we as humans are naturally afraid of failure. What we don't realize is failure results in a lesson that can only make us better as a human. Today, I'll be explaining two examples of why you should never give up. My first example is the Aesop fable, The Tortoise and the Hare. In my opinion, this short fable is a perfect example of why you should never give up. And for my second example, I'll be explaining my journey with basketball in my life, as you may be able to relate a bit better to it. So to start, let's begin with the Aesop fable, The Tortoise and the Hare. The Tortoise and the Hare is quite a common Aesop fable, so you may have already heard it, but I'll give you a quick recap just in case you haven't. As retold by the website read.gov, retrieved on March 20th, 2023, the Aesop fable goes as told. There was a tortoise and a hare. The hare challenged the tortoise to a race. He was very confident and thought that there was no chance that the tortoise would win. The tortoise decided to partake in the race, and once the race began, the tortoise kept on slow and steady as the hare jolted off in the distance, got much far ahead. As the hare kept going and going, he realized that, the tortoise is so far behind. Why don't I just take a nap and mess with them? So he stopped the race and decided to nap. Well, as that was going on, the tortoise kept going at a slow and steady pace, and the tortoise eventually overtook the rabbit while he was still napping. The rabbit woke up later and realized that, wow, I gotta catch up. I completely forgot about the race. And as he sprinted towards the end line, he got near it, but as he got near it, he saw the tortoise was actually crossing the line. To summarize, Aesop's Tortoise and the Hare shows us that even when the odds are stacked against you, you can still succeed. The way to make that happen is by never giving up like the tortoise did. Following the Aesop fable, let's dive into a more realistic example, which would be my story. Growing up, I was in the tortoise's shoes. I wasn't athletic and I wasn't the tallest. I overall did not have anywhere near the most skill, but I kept working and I never gave up. I always tried to improve, and that's what got me to where I am today. There were lots of hiccups along the way, such as I didn't start playing basketball until later in life. I started playing in fifth grade, which may seem young. However, most of my competition that I face today have been playing for as long as they can remember. And for as long, I'm sorry. Another roadblock on my journey would have been when I was cut from my middle school team. That was the first ever team I tried out for, and I had been cut. That event alone made me question whether I should even keep playing or not. But that did not stop me, and that gave me the fuel in order to keep going. I went on to never being cut again from any basketball team after that. Now I would consider myself an above average basketball player who's a key part in my team's success. And I even have an opportunity to play after high school. From this experience, I've learned that even through the toughest parts of your journey, whatever that may be, giving up can't be an option. You need to view failure as not as a bad thing, but as a learning experience. And once you experience failure, you get to know the feeling, and you never want to feel it again. This will result in harder work, and you'll slowly but surely build the correct mindset. In conclusion, as told both in my story and the Aesop's fable, Tortoise and the Hare, giving up is always an option, but it's never the best option. Therefore, you shouldn't give up, as it results in worse habits and overall won't build you to be the successful person that you would like to be in life. In the end, I hope I got my point across, which was to never give up. I'd like to end with a quote from my first ever basketball coach that he told me in 5th grade, actually. And that is, winners never quit and quitters never win. And that quote seems to be true in both the fable and my story. Thank you. Any questions?